Yeah, I'm at a point where I want to give back to my community. I want to give back to the people that are around me. I want to be able to, you know, do things like this and articulate what I'm trying to say to anyone that I'm talking to, whether it's somebody that really knows what they're talking about or somebody that has no clue what a microphone is. I want to be able to explain in a way and not get frustrated if they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to become a leader. I've always been, a person that just kind of like goes with the flow, and I don't know, something just like getting me like inspired to give back to the community and figure out how to do that in the best way that I know how. So welcome back to Daily Deposits. I'm here with
Troy Alsobrook, as always, the Claytone man, and my man.
David Thomas, Los Angeles barber stylist. Let's get it. We posted our first Daily Deposits podcast. It was a struggle to even put it all together, but we figured it out, put it out there. And how was your experience after, putting it out there to the world?
I loved it, bro. I loved it. As I told you, I feel like I found some type of calling. I don't feel like it's anything that I'm great at, but I feel like it's something that we're going to continue to learn and get better at. So that's kind of how I view that. I know you're usually more critical on yourself about things and putting shit out in public. So, how did that make you feel? What was your thought process? You put a lot more together than I did. So, how did you feel? In the background of things.
Yeah, I I felt good about it, um, and I got a lot of feedback from the community that watched it. My jiu-jitsu friends, I almost said colleagues, but um, brothers at this point. They watched it. Some of them were inspired by what we were saying, um, and just got a lot of praise. A lot of because this is something that is difficult for me to like do, and so talking with them about it, um, they gave words of encouragement. They were also inspired because they're like, people don't open up about things. So um, to get the feedback of like, hey, keep going, you know, and them explaining their experiences that they've went through, things that they're trying to overcome, just sparking, um, I guess, motivation or just sparking them to want to do better. Um, that felt good, and it was just one episode. So um, I'm happy. I'm happy with how we put it together and how we executed, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Yeah. Same, bro. I'll be honest. I was completely fucking nervous on camera at first. Like, and you can tell in my body language.
Mm.
Like, I was very like hunched over, and then that changed. Like, as we got comfortable, it felt like none of this shit was here. One thing I did notice was that doing this, it's easy to get caught in the visual space, right? Like that's we're here, we're present. But what I started doing for myself was listening to it in the car as I'm driving. People can't see what we're doing, so I was like, okay, sometimes you got to be a little bit more descriptive. Um, and fucking round of applause, bro. I listened pretty well last time. I'm trying to listen a little bit better, but that's what I'm working on, bro. So that's the best part. It's allowing me to really dig deep and figure out things that I'm not good at and get better. Public speaking is a thing that you do that shit really good, bro. I don't understand how you're scared of it because you do that shit excellently. Um, I personally talk about a lot of shit, but I ain't saying much. So
Yeah,
appreciate us being able to collaborate and do this, bro.
yeah, bro. I noticed just now when I was speaking, and I saw the look that you had of your like listening and like. So I see the efforts.
I'm
I see,
fucking trying, bro. I'm fucking trying.
I
I'm
see,
I'm trying my hardest, bro.
I
You
see
can
the
tell
efforts.
because I start to smile. I want to say something, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. Put it away. Put it away. No, like, but yeah, bro. It's allowing me to really just, take in. Because I'm always listening. I talk to hella people all the time. So I'm always listening, but it's like in conversation, daily conversation, it's easy to interject and give your opinion on something because that's what a conversation is. Now, with this podcast, and it's a little bit different, it's your turn to speak, then it's my turn to speak without jumping in. So that's what I really took from there last time. And fucking introducing ourselves, bro.
Yeah.
That was the main feedback. A lot of people proud. So let's hop in, man. Oh, I want to touch on where we left off last.
Mm.
You gave me some goals, some things to attack. I'm happy to say that I did join a yoga studio,
Yo.
and I was going 5 times a week. Now that's not really taking place and get a little bit busy, but it's something that I dedicated myself to. So I thank you for even giving me that challenge.
Nice. So yoga. Is this it's a yoga studio?
Mhm.
And you're doing classes?
Mhm.
What kind of classes? Like, is it hot yoga? Is it
A little bit of both.
okay?
So I started off with like what they call the slow flow yoga, because obviously I don't know shit about yoga. I don't want to just dive deep. Start off slow flow. Then there's like a power vinyasa class after I got comfortable after 2 3 weeks. A little mobility, little flexibility starts kicking in. It's like all right, let me do the vinyasa class. And then after that, I decided like let me step it up. They got deep stretching classes. They have, the hot yoga. So what I found is that it puts me in a place of like relaxation for an
Mm,
hour. You know what I mean? And when I was going every day, it's like no matter what happened outside, I didn't bring it inside. So that was a
mm.
great thing to discover in the last few months, and it's been excellent. Any Anything new on the jiu-jitsu side, bro? You finding new moves, anything?
um, I mean, we're learning every day. Something that's new for me is actually teaching, and so I taught my second class. It was Thursday, I think, and that's been interesting because it all ties into what I'm working on now as far as talking with people um, and because I want to teach hair as well eventually. So it all fits, but it's all nerve wracking as well. Like it was scary. Like I don't know why, and because I know everybody there, I'm one of the you know I guess more veterans there, but it still feels like nerve wracking. Trying to like put yourself out there and basically show everyone what you know, or also be able to teach it in a way where someone can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole new concept, and it's been fun because now I can take it into other things as well, like doing things like this, speaking to the kids a little bit better, speaking to Jess if she's trying to learn something, and so teaching has been my new adventure with jiu-jitsu, and it's been fun.
I applaud you on that, bro, because I've tried. I had a friend hit me up and was like, "Yo, oh yeah, I joined the gym too." I think I was telling you a little bit about that. But the reason I joined, I had a friend that hit me up and was like, "Yo, I want you to like work out, train me, blah blah blah." Now we worked out in college, bro, but like workouts are different, especially when you're working out with like a girl or whatever. So it's like it's bro, I realized I didn't know shit. Like I realized in current workout world, I didn't know shit. Only thing I know is bench press, do what we did to do what we had to do. But it's like she's not scoring no touchdowns or anything like that. So it's that teaching part is hard, bro. When you're telling people what you know, you kind of second guess. I don't know if you experienced that, but I was.
Yeah, it's second guess, but it's also a moment to reflect and actually revisit, relearn, to be able to break it down. And so, because some people aren't at the level that you are, no matter what you're trying to explain to somebody. So to be able to break it down for them to understand it at that point, and then maybe they could pick up on that later, or like progress and get better. Um, but being able to break it down to understandable pieces is um, it's a struggle, but it helps you also relearn and kind of get better as well. So I really enjoy it. because taking that into hair, I mean, I've been doing hair 16 years now, and a lot of things that I do, second nature. And then when I go to try to explain to somebody, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know how to really break down what it is I do. I've done it like just,
Creature of habit at that point.
yeah. But yeah, I'm at a point where I want to give back to my community. I want to give back to the people that are around me. I want to be able to, you know, do things like this and articulate what I'm trying to say to anyone that I'm talking to, whether it's somebody that really knows what they're talking about or somebody that has no clue what a microphone is. I want to be able to explain in a way and not get frustrated if they don't know. So just trying to become a leader. I've always been, you know, a person that just kind of like goes with the flow, and I don't know, something just in like getting me like inspired to give back to the community and figure out how to do that in the best way that I know how.
Now, when you're teaching, do you feel like you have to drop your expectations? Because it's like in basketball world, you got people like MJ, you know, with Charlotte Hornets and whatnot, or whatever they are now, Bobcat, I don't know. But his expectations are so high because of how good he was.
Mm.
Do you have to drop your expectations and be like, okay, some of these people might be starting from ground zero, and I have to understand that they don't know what I know already, and I can't expect them to be here.
Yeah, 1,000%. But in, I'd say in jujitsu, there's a lot of humbling moments that kind of let you know that you really don't know as much as you know anyway. And so I try to look at everything with like a beginner's kind of mind now. And I think that really helps and not
Mm-hmm.
have the ego behind it, because that's usually just ego. Um, and yeah, it's usually just ego kind of taking over and like you thinking that you're, even if you are really good, like there's still a level of being able to get better at something. And I don't think I have an ego. So I don't think that it gets in the way of like trying to show someone, because there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. And I wouldn't want somebody to look at me crazy when I don't know something. So I don't do that to other people when I'm trying to teach, you know, and that goes, you know, to the kids and everyone else. Yeah, it's just that golden rule of just kind of treating people how you want to be treated. Um, so yeah, teaching's been great, man. Teaching's been great.
That's excellent, bro. I'm glad
Yeah,
you found that.
yeah. And then you said you're doing yoga. I've been trying to be more consistent with my mobility. Like I'm great with, you know, um, working out and like all the like David Goggins kind of push through shit, but I'm not so good at slowing down at this moment. So hip mobility has been on my list of things to like be more intentional about. So every night, at the end of the night, I'm spending like 15, 20 minutes strictly
Yeah,
specifically,
you fucked that. That word was tough.
um, strictly on my hips, because that's my problem area. Um, so as far as my daily deposits, it's all been on my hips, because they're fucked.
Do you feel like, bro? Because I'm starting to think like that's just part of our age bracket where we're at now.
No. And the reason I say no is because of the group of people that I'm around now, as far as jujitsu, mobility, things like that. We should be able to do things with our hips, but we have had 10, 20, 30 years of football, sprinting, power stuff, not so much of mobility. Even basketball players have tight hips because they're strictly running. Hip flexors are all tight. So it's just what our bodies were, what they grew up doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, from us sprinting, and it just, we naturally have tight hips. So I don't think it's an age thing. I do think it can get better. I've gotten better over the last, shit, it's been a long time. It's been about a year or so of grinding and I'm still not even where I want to be. Like I can't sit, what's that, crisscross? I can't do any of that.
Mm.
Um,
Like when we were kids, like the basic.
I can't do, not even close.
Oh shit.
Not even close.
Butterflies kills me, bro. I figured that out in yoga. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, like, you feel like that's the thing too. You talked about ego, killing ego. Yoga has done that for me, bro. Because yoga is a thing where it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter like your shape, your size, whatever. Like it's really about the flexibility. How long can you hold this pose? You know, your balance, things like that. Um, so yeah, bro. It really like you might look at someone and be like, yo, I should be killing this pose right now. He's doing this, like, you know what I mean? But it brings that down and makes you realize you don't know how to do this shit. So
Yeah. Dope. So so congratulations, first of all, because that's dope for,
thank you.
doing something that may have probably seemed awkward at first,
Definitely.
and sticking with it and experiencing those moments of like ego killing, because our ego is, it's, it's an enemy. It's not our friend. I think it helps maybe in sports sometimes, but for the most part, it cuts you off from life, I think. So congrats on pushing through that. I'm excited to see where it goes. Where I'm also excited to see where the podcast goes, and yeah, whatever we have coming up. And
Same, bro.
yeah,
Same shit. I mean, like I told you after we did the last one, bro. Like I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. Like I just want to talk to people. That's it, bro. I do that shit all the time without any camera, or whatever. Like this is where we can share our experiences and it actually matters. You know what I mean? Like being at the bar at 2 a.m., bro, and sharing your experiences is just like, yo, bro, like chill out. But being here in this zone, I'm thankful that people even took the time to listen to what we had to say, and some people took it in, and that's the best part.
yeah, yeah. So I'm excited, and um, yeah, I think so. I do. I don't know if I want to give away too much to as far as what we plan on doing with the podcast,
Hmm.
but I am excited to talk to other people, get other experiences in here because life teaches us daily, right? And so I'm excited to talk to different people as well, see their experiences, see what they're doing to um, stay on track with their goals, stay on track with their daily deposits, and yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
I think guests are always great, bro. Like even I kind of compare that to your like not saying your personal home, but anyone's home, right?
Mm.
Having a guest over usually points out things that you've never seen, or makes you appreciate things that you might have got used to. It might be something about your house that you loved when you first got it. And then you have a guest over, maybe a year after you lived there, it kind of becomes normal to you. And you have a guest over and it's like, yo, that's excellent. I love that right there. And then it makes you appreciate it again. Or maybe you don't look at it in this light. And then, so I think having guests on here, bro, is honestly the best thing possible. When you brought that up, it was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And like you said, without giving away too much, it allows a new perspective, and everyone to learn.
Yeah, dope, cool. I think that's it for today, and yeah, see you guys on the next one.
See you guys later. A fucking computer cut off.